Melanie, thank you so much for joining us here on APTN InFocus. Let's start off, for those that aren't familiar, can you tell us about the Indigenous Leadership Development Institute?
Hi, yes. Very proud of the work that we do at ILDI. We are a 100% Indigenous-owned and operated nonprofit organization that was established to build the capacity of Indigenous people across Canada. We've been around for 22 years now, and I've been with the Institute for 16 years. So when I started here, I was considered a youth. So I've grown and built my own capacity, and it's been a great opportunity, and seeing other people grow just like I did has been really inspiring outcomes of the work that we do.
So can you detail some of the work that you do and your colleagues do as well?
Sure. We're a small staff. We're about 6 people, and we do that on purpose, and we're all women. That's not by design. It's just the way things happen. And we deliver training, executive training sessions to Indigenous people. Our president and CEO, her name is Rosa Walker. She's from Peguis First Nation, and she's the founder of the organization. And she has this amazing story of where she came from. She's worked for various other institutions, but she always saw the need for our people delivering training to our own people. She was seeing non-Indigenous consultants being hired to offer services and coming in and deliver training sessions. Our communities were being gouged, and we're a $1 million industry. So when she started the Institute, it took a lot of work for her to convince that our people can deliver quality training, just like the non-Indigenous consultants have done. And now she's been doing this for 22 years, and our training sessions have just grown immensely.
So why is it so important to have a program like this, Melanie?
It's important because we know our people. When you hire a non-Indigenous consultant, you often have to give them training on how our communities work. We are from our communities. We know our people. We know our needs. So we can go in and deliver training that is specific to their outcomes. And we build capacity so they can do the work for themselves. And they don't need to hire someone to come in and do the work for them. We also have other projects. We've done women leader programs over the years that saw some pretty amazing results. We also address the limited amount of women in trades programs. We wanted to see women advance in the trades industry, so we addressed that with some pretty fantastic outcomes.
And you had just mentioned the women in leadership, and that's exactly what we're talking about today, is women taking on these leadership roles. How often do you see Indigenous women interested in taking on leadership roles in the work that you do?
A lot of women. All the women that I come across since I've been working here at the Institute have expressed their interest in wanting to be in leadership positions, but it's the fear of being criticized or feeling like they just don't have the capability to do it, but it's in them, it's within them. They just need some empowerment. So a lot of our programs come from that empowerment approach. We bring in other women leaders to inspire them and encourage them to do the work. It's that first step that's really scary. They have to stretch it, pull it, shape it. It's okay to be criticized at first, but over time, when you build that and you build your capacity, it turns into something really special, and it can only benefit our people more in the end.
And Melanie, why is it so important for women to take charge and to want to be in these roles and to be a leader, whether it be in their community or their organization or in politics? Why is it so important for women to take charge?
For a couple of reasons. It improves the outcomes for everyone, not just women, but for society in general. The things that women have accomplished over the years have greatly benefit society, mainstream society, and Indigenous people. Also, we have to keep in mind our future generations. They're looking up to us. They're watching every step that we make. So it's really important that we step into those leadership positions, hear their story. Hear stories of women leaders is very important as well.
And how have things changed over the years, I guess, in terms of the Institute and female involvement and women coming in and wanting to be leaders? And you had mentioned that a lot of the when women come in, a lot of it is fear for, not wanting to be, for whatever reason, the fear of trying to be a leader. But so how have things changed over the years that you've seen at the Institute regarding the women that come in and want to take the training?
Some pretty fantastic results happen when you bring a group of women together in the same room over a long period of time. One of our programs, we recruited 20 women, 10 from the north and 10 from the south, from First Nation communities. We put them together in a room and had them spend time with one another over a course of 1 year. They took training together, they had discussions together, and as a group, not designed part of the program, they just decided amongst themselves, there's this major election coming up, we need one of us to put our names forward. And nobody wanted to do it. No one raised their hand, no one stepped forward until the women came together and really just selected one person and said, you have to do it. It took some convincing, but she did it, and she won the election. And she's gone on to have a pretty fantastic career in politics.
And what's that like for you to see something like that happen? And over the years, as these women come in and you guys are giving them the tools to succeed, I mean, what's it mean for you working at this organization?
It means a lot. A major component of the work that we do is our youth program, Empowering Indigenous Youth in Governance and Leadership. The acronym is EAGLE. We have a lot of young people in our program who are looking for mentorship and people to look up to as leaders. They want to learn from them. And just having this pool of strong Indigenous women leaders doing these amazing things, they want to give back. So that's what it means to us. Is it's not just creating the success part, being successful. It's just seeing it carry on to future generations.
And what do you hope for the future in terms of leadership training and women and youth in leadership roles? What do you hope happens for the future?
I hope to see more changes in the system. The system is set up to fail us, and the more I see women out there doing some pretty fantastic things, it could only change and transform, and we can shape it into something that works and for the next generation. So I think that's what excites me the most, is being able to witness the amazing things that women are doing right now.
And what are some of the things that the organization and yourself are working on towards the future? Are you able to share some of some future plans with us?
Yeah. So our request for training is growing. We've done women programs. We started out with the one women's program when I first started the Institute back in 2006. And since that was so successful, we've just kept it going. So we're always pushing, trying to build upon that, because it's important. When we do these sorts of projects, they call them pilots, pilot projects. You finish, it has a life expectancy for a year or 2 or 3. And then once the program is over, it just ends, the file closes, and that's it. No more heard about that. And then we pick up and try and start something new. But what we're doing is it's growing, it's transforming, we're shaping it, we're learning from mistakes. So I think that's what main important message that we have for anybody is to have the courage to put yourself out there, be brave. It's hard thinking that you're going to be criticized or looked at. It's hard for some of us to have the spotlight on us, and to be a leader. That in many ways, that's what it means. Even though there are women out there who are doing work kind of behind the scenes, we don't see them. The results do affect us, So I think that's what we strive to do, is to give that spotlight for women to take a place in a leadership role and experience and encourage them. It's okay to fall down. You're going to trip. It's going to be awkward. It's going to be messy, but we're going to get through it together. And that's so important that we maintain that message to women.
Well, Melanie, I think that's a great way to end our conversation. I want to say a big thank you, Miigwech, to you for taking some time out of your day and sharing what you and your organization does and empowering so many women and youth and future leaders. So thank you.
That's it.